We've got to do better. That's all they've learned coming into this game, Paul.
Yeah, David, I think that was the story the last time these teams played. One team handled the emotion of the game better than the other team. You've got to be able to play within yourself and play one snap at a time. That last game got away from the losing team. I don't expect that to happen today.
Give to the back.
Up another first down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
The Volunteers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Quarterback making adjustments. To the air on first down. Finds his big time. What a play there. He rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. The Vols will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it.
This offense is so good, and they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Commodore's offense will get the ball for the first time. And they are going to be met up front by a defensive line group that is going to make life miserable on the offensive line and the quarterback and this whole offense, David.
And this offense is fully aware of the challenge in front of them. This defensive line is quick, they're physical, they're powerful, they wreck games. They individually take over because of their greatness. It's focal point 1, 2, and 3, Jason.
They're physical and athletic, and that's the thing that's so dynamic about this position group, right? You stop the run, you get after your quarterback. Tremendous challenge for this offensive line. Try and match that physicality and see if they can get it done.
2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Quickly complete. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately. Commodores want to pick up the tempo. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. He just terrorizes quarterbacks, his 30th career sack.
And that's an amazing number, 30 sacks, because a lot of guys get sacks early in their careers, and then coordinators figure it out, and then start double teaming them and sliding and chipping, and then their numbers come down. This guy, though, David, has never stopped.
And it's got to be consistently, Jesse. Like, you got to consistently play hard, play after play, because sometimes they get rid of the ball fast. Sometimes you can't get in the mix. But to get to the quarterback 30 times, very few people have done that.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Puts up the first down. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
And that play there is essentially a microcosm of why this guy's the leading rusher in the nation and why he's in contention for the Heisman Trophy. This guy's got speed, open field running ability. He can break tackles. He can just do it all.
Fires to the wideout. Finds him at the right. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. With the run on 1st and goal. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there to force the TFL.
Gets it out quickly. Needed one more turn of the legs to get it in there, and he's denied just inches away from the touchdown.
this offense.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. He'll start the return inside his 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. They're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to kick and kick and kick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He'll bounce his way ahead for a pickup of 4 out to the 14. And the Commodores want to crank the tempo. Let's take a big view here about Vanderbilt. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. They're going to stay competitive, and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year. Then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The Commodores come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the defense got him at the 27.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer. You're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass for a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Vandy. Programs at this level, they are regularly fighting off the big schools for diamonds in the rough. But it looks like they won this battle with the commitment of a 3-star receiver, Jesse.
He just thought he had better opportunities on and off the field here at this program. He's going to get a lot of chances to make plays early. With his talent, expect him to start right away. And if I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to be trying to find ways to get this 3-star the ball.
It would have been a high-level play, but it's a play this quarterback expects to be able to make when he has a guy open.
And these quarterbacks start practicing and doing 7-on-7 and having quarterback coaches when they're like 7 years old, 8, 9 years old now. So even when they don't have wide open wide receivers, you still expect them to put that ball in there and make it happen.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Snags it quickly to left. And they'll finally get it down after a terrific pickup.
Throws a nice completion there for a first down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big games. He's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's in the discussion to win the Heisman Trophy.
Got a man. It's Hill.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. The defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Gets rid of it. Grant, here's the marker. It's a foul. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one. Touch pass on the run. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
The delay of game pushes the offense back. 4 receivers set, 2 on each side on 2nd and 8. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. And the Volunteers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. first down in the red zone. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And they catch it and score! Touchdown, Volunteers!
You always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited. Get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well, offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. UConn is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Huskies have picked themselves up the 4, and they're capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Army. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And a good job in coverage there. They stop it after just a few. Leaves it with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Commodores heading quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Thanks to grab. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo run right back from the line, ready to run another play.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Commodores are facing 3rd and inches. He'll sneak in and try to surge forward. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down.
And when you call the quarterback sneak, you're thinking, I'm going to fall forward and get at least a yard. But Palmer, that defensive line got in there, and the QB got nothing.
He's got to do a better job with the snap count, too, and try to catch the defense when they're napping. Right there, everybody was set and ready. And one more of those type plays, and this dude's losing his quarterback sneak privileges.
Caught in the backfield. It's Golden. Spin move. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
And this offense is built around this dude. I mean, he is sensational. He's been so fun to watch, like play, pitch, and catch, spread the ball around, complete and total command of the offense, and that's why he's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's got a real chance to go to New York and try to win that Heisman Trophy.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Headed to the end zone. And he runs out. Touchdown,
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
He'll bring it out. Smashes it with a stiff arm. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot there.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Got 3 on 1st down and 2nd and 7. The pull and throw off the RPO. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
up with yet another one. Week after week, teams try to find a way to stop this guy. They just can't figure him out. He's too big, he's too fast, and he has a knack for getting the quarterback.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. And he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Almost a D-lineman's dream, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. DB's right up on the receivers. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air.
He has been terrorizing quarterbacks all year long. That now his 10th sack of the season. He's got speed, he's got power, he's going to play on Sundays, and he is not cooperating with this offense's game plan.
Makes the catch at the 45. Grabs him with the stiff arms. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Out of the gun, the running back has it.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or game tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
He's got it again. He's inside. Got some momentum at the goal line. He'll finish the run at the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers.
Have yourself a dang young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to Painter. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And and he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. The give to the tailback. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, give up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll send the back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the tight end. It's picked off. 14th time he's done that this year. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Man, that is just great awareness by the big fella up front defensively. He did a good job just reading the quarterback's eyes. He knew where he was going with the football, and he's like, hey, these interceptions, they're not just for the little fast guys. Those big guys can get it done, too.
They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Four receivers set, 2 on each side on 2nd and 8. The inside handoff. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And obviously this guy's been hyped up when we talked about him in the Heisman race. What do you have to do? You got to finish strong. The voters are watching what you do at the end of the season. Awesome opportunity. Put together a 100-yard game last week. Put some stats up. Get a bunch of touchdowns. You know, really finish strong so you can get in that Heisman race and maybe go win that big trophy.
And the Vols with a long way to go after the loss on the last play.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some...
He'll take a shot.
And the defense really needed to stop them. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right.
Turning it on! Makes the stop at the 29-yard line, but not before he gets 15 on that play. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker.
Here we go.
Motion from the back. On the direct snap, it's Rousseau. Got enough for the first. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's a heat. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Caught in the backfield, it's Golden. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. The Volunteers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on 1st down. Trying to get behind the defense. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. He's going to fire deep. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's not afraid to go deep. And it's caught inside the 15. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Vols will kick it off to start the second half. Takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Nothing went right in that first half in the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive of the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you've got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. And the Commodores will send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. Fair catch just inside the 40. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. From the gun, the running back has it. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. And the Volunteers can really attack on this second and short. Looking to fire. Spits it out to the back. He's got his man. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Oh, he's got a chance. Breaks away in the middle. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tennessee. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Wants to throw on 1st down. Finds a man in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. After an unproductive first half and opening drive of the second half, the offense finally finding a little something to jumpstart them. They've got a 1st down. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where you can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Defense in press coverage. These corners going to give these receivers some space. He lofts one down the sideline. Oh, he had it send out the punt unit. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. So here is the Tennessee offense. RPO complete to open the drive. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
We're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
4 receivers set, 2 on each side on 2nd and 8. From the gun, running back on the move. Gets it, has the first down marker, and still running. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great mood.
Got a man, it's golden. They'll move the chains after he gets into the 43-yard line. And the Vols have this offense rolling. Wants to go up top on first down. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
How about the big fella? I know this is not in his job description to pick off passes, but the eye-hand coordination, able to get his big paws up there, stabs it out of air, and it was like he was almost surprised he had the football. Just start rumbling and stumbling once he had possession.
Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Snagged out of the air. Making a little bit of progress there. He gets it to the 40 before getting out of bounds.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox. That's a great individual play, and I love quarterbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
They'll try to convert from the Wildcat. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here. Back has it. They make the stop, but not before the chains move and the Wildcat formation pays off.
You know, you go for it on 4th and inches in this fringe area of the field in your opponent's territory. I'd be curious to see if on the next play now, they're going to try and take a shot and see if they can catch the defense sleeping.
Looking downfield on first down. Complete in the middle. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. And the Commodores come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. It's a draw. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Visualizing the right ball that thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. Well, they got 3 back, but that's about all you can say about it.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Have a guy that you can really depend on.
Tennessee ready to go to work the big orange offense on the field. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. They'll leave it with him. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Got enough for the first down. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy, and this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
The Volunteers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Grabs near the marker. It's Hills. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. To the air on first down. He'll grab the throw to the sideline and step out of bounds after picking up a few. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. The offense changing the play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quick completion on the outside. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
Well, late in the year, this guy is square in the middle of the Heisman Trophy discussion because of his performance. He throws a nice completion there for a first down, but it's been week in, week out. Big moments. He's led this team to a ton of wins. He is their best player.
Gets it up. Touchdown! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Maybe they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to...
touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Keep it on the ground. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. Commodores come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. From the gun on 3rd down. And the quarterback is knocked out back at the 13.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
And that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
They'll try to run for it. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on 3rd down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on 3rd.
I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
Back down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
The balls are moving quickly down the field. Get it out on the screen. Wow, through the defense.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life, taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field and lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Rousseau. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Give to the running back. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. And the Commodores with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Rousseau. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. Let's take a big view here about Vanderbilt. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that. But Palmer, it's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account, and it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good big-time candidates, some good coaches that could come in. We know they've got the money to spend. It just seems like they're going to make a change.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. handoff. Keep working on that clock. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it up to 45. A first down for the offense. Finds his man. It's Hill. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Let's see what they've got on second down. Here we go. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Using his feet to buy time. Stands in and takes the hit. Underneath toast to coverage. Got it deep downfield. And he takes it in on the final play of the game. He played through the echo of the whistle, and they did that with the sealing touchdown. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on the defense, declined, and the touchdown stands. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident, David. They were able to go out and execute well enough to get this one.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for them.